Welcome to Earthly Reads, a My Cup of Earth production. In a kingdom of fairies, where the air was sweet with the scent of blooming wildflowers and the sky was a brilliant shade of cerulean, there lived a tiny fairy named Lily. Lily was a curious and adventurous fairy, with wings as delicate as a butterfly's and hair as bright as the sun. She lived in a tiny cottage on the outskirts of the fairy kingdom, surrounded by a garden filled with the most vibrant and exotic flowers. Lily loved to explore the kingdom, discovering hidden streams and secret glades, and making friends with the creatures that lived there. She was especially fond of the fairies who lived in the nearby forest, where the trees were tall and the leaves were a deep shade of emerald green. One day, while out on a walk, Lily stumbled upon a hidden path she had never seen before. The path was winding and narrow, and it seemed to lead deep into the heart of the forest. Lily's curiosity was piqued, and she decided to follow the path to see where it would take her. As she walked, the trees grew taller and the air grew quieter. Lily felt as though she had entered a different world, one that was full of magic and wonder. She walked for what felt like hours, the path twisting and turning through the trees, until she came to a clearing. In the center of the clearing stood an enormous tree, its trunk as wide as a house and its branches reaching up towards the sky. The tree was unlike any Lily had ever seen before, for it was covered in glittering crystals and its bark shone like polished silver. Lily felt drawn to the tree, as though it was calling to her. As she approached the tree, a soft voice spoke to her, saying, "Welcome, little fairy. I have been waiting for you." Lily looked around, wondering who was speaking to her, but she saw no one. The voice seemed to come from the tree itself. "Who are you?" Lily asked, her voice trembling slightly. "I am the Ancient One," the tree replied. "I have lived for centuries, watching over the forest and its creatures, and I have been waiting for you, Lily, for you have a special task to perform." Lily's curiosity was piqued, and she asked, "What task?" Quote, "The forest is in danger," the tree said. "A dark force has begun to spread, threatening to destroy the very fabric of the forest. I need your help to stop it." Lily felt a surge of determination and courage. She was only a small fairy, but she was willing to do whatever it took to help the forest and its creatures. "What do I need to do?" she asked. "You must gather 3 ancient artifacts," the tree said. "They are hidden deep within the forest, and they hold the power to defeat the dark force. But be warned, the journey will be difficult and dangerous. You will need all your courage and cunning to succeed." Lily nodded, determination in her heart. She set off immediately, following the path as it wound its way through the forest. She walked for hours, the sun beating down on her, until she came to a clearing. In the center of the clearing stood a massive stone statue of a fairy, her wings outstretched and her face serene. Lily approached the statue, and as she did, the statue began to glow with a soft, golden light. "Ah, the statue of the fairy queen," the tree's voice said. "She was a wise and powerful fairy, and her statue holds the first artifact you need to find." Lily reached out and touched the statue, and as she did, a small, shimmering crystal dropped into her hand. She felt a surge of power and magic flow through her, and she knew that she had the first artifact. She continued on her journey, following the path as it wound its way through the forest. She encountered many dangers along the way, but she used her courage and cunning to overcome them. As the sun began to set, Lily came to a clearing and found a small, crystal lake. In the center of the lake stood a magnificent swan, its feathers shining like diamonds in the fading light. "Ah, the swan of the forest," the tree's voice said. "She is a symbol of beauty and purity, and her lake holds the second artifact you need to find." Lily approached the lake, and as she did, the swan began to swim towards her. The fairy felt a sense of peace and tranquility wash over her. and she reached out and touched the swan's feathers. As she did, a small, delicate vial of water dropped into her hand. The vial was filled with a shimmering liquid that seemed to glow with an inner light. Lily felt a surge of power and magic flow through her, and she knew that she had the second artifact. She continued on her journey, following the path as it wound its way through the forest as the night grew darker. Lily came to a clearing and found a massive, ancient tree, its branches twisted and gnarled with age. "Ah, the tree of wisdom," the tree's voice said. "It is a symbol of knowledge and understanding, and its roots hold the third and final artifact you need to find." Lily approached the tree, and as she did, the branches began to move, as though they were alive. The fairy felt a sense of awe and wonder wash over her, and she reached out and touched the tree's trunk. As she did, a small, leather-bound book dropped into her hand. The book was old and worn, its pages yellowed with age. Lily felt a surge of power and magic flow through her, and she knew that she had the third and final artifact. With all three artifacts in hand, Lily returned to the ancient tree, ready to face the dark force and save the forest. The tree's voice spoke to her once more, saying, "Well done, little fairy. You have done what was asked of you. Now, use the power of the artifacts to defeat the dark force and save the forest." Lily nodded, determination in her heart. She held up the crystal, the vial of water, and the book, and as she did, a brilliant light burst forth, illuminating the clearing. The dark force, which had been growing stronger by the minute, began to recede, its power waning in the face of the fairy's magic. The forest creatures, who had been watching from the shadows, emerged from their hiding places, their faces filled with joy and gratitude. Lily, the small fairy, had saved the forest, and she had done it with courage, determination, and the power of the ancient artifacts. The tree's voice spoke to her once more, saying, "Well done, little fairy. You are a true hero of the forest." And with that, Lily returned to her home, where she was greeted as a hero by her fellow fairies. She lived out the rest of her days in the forest, using her magic to help and protect the creatures who lived there. The story of Lily, the small fairy who saved the forest, was passed down through the generations, a reminder to all of the power of courage, determination, and the magic that lies within us all. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.